The Bills win. The Bills win.
13-12 in the bottom of the ninth.
I was terrified that because I've never been so concerned about a punter before in recent memory, but I know he messed up his arm. And I understand that punters at this point are just kind of disposable. You're like, we'll get a new punter, but we can't get a new one in the fourth quarter. So
who holds for that? Benjamin.
Yeah, so I was really concerned about just getting the ball down for that kick.
Oh yeah, that was going to be one of those things where, okay, did he hear fake? Did it?
I don't know. Or he heard fake, and whoever it was on the outside didn't. Can we talk about Logan Thomas completely olaying a block today?
No.
Oh, I think God.
Think about the connections here. We got a direct Kennedy connection here going on. Paul?
What?
Come on, man. The guy was a punter for New England. Vrabel's on the other sideline. You don't think somebody from the Texans yelled something when the snap hit?
Oh, Jesus.
Like the code word for fake punt for New England? Or fake kick? I'm sorry, go ahead. I thought it was... Shut up.
I was happy to see the tight ends involved a little bit more today. I think of the 10 passes that Allen completed, can't believe I could say that and Bills win in the same sentence. Of the 10 passes Allen completed, it was nice to see the tight ends actually involved in the offense a little bit. Again, yeah. I understand that, you know, what was Allen, 10 for 18? 19, 10 for 19.
80-something yards.
And the most fascinating thing to me about this is a Titans offense where Mariota threw the ball 40 times last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they went to overtime, didn't they?
Doesn't matter. He didn't even throw the ball half as much this game.
Yeah, you beat a team that just beat the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
Albeit in your place, albeit some timely turnovers.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you're conflicted trying to talk about this offense because, all right, the Bills won. Trumps how bad you want to demolish this offense.
Yeah.
All right, you went 10 of 19 as a quarterback for 80 yards and you threw a pick, albeit the pick was a very unfortunate bounce. All right, your running back ran 24 times for 80-something yards and he caught 2 passes.
Your other running back got in there for you. What? I think he had 14 carries, Ivory.
Yeah. I mean, they played old school smash mouth football, and were able to be successful doing it, and it was great. But you don't think that recipe can hold up. The only way that recipe works is if your defense continues to be bend not break, and you're in games. You can't play that style of offense and defense if you're down 14.
No.
I think that's why when we were so baffled last week about Green Bay, that's the reason we were baffled. Why don't you stick with the game plan? Well, the game plan's not going to work because we can only muster 13 points out of this.
Yeah.
And we're down 14.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
And you're talking about it, like I said on the broadcast, the last 10 quarters, this offense has 1 touchdown by their quarterback running.
Yeah. The Bills were terrible on third downs again today. They were 4 for 13, 4 for 12. Somewhere around there, but they were 2 for 3 in fourth down conversions,
honestly,
which is, again, terrifying.
Honestly, though, the fact they got to 12 third downs was amazing.
That's a lot.
Those
are a lot. The Titans were 6 for 12. So, again, not phenomenal, but, I mean, typically, the team that converts the highest on third downs typically wins the game.
Well, the Bills held the ball for 34 minutes.
Yeah.
So they were able to control the clock. And when you control the clock like that, it's hard for the other team to get in any type of rhythm. So, especially when their starting left tackle goes out, what do you do? And the Bills' formula, as we have talked about before, as far as from the defensive side of the ball, I mean, they just cloud the middle.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They cloud the middle, and that's where Henry usually makes his money. And he wasn't able to do that today. But getting back to the offense, I didn't see much enthusiasm out of Kelvin Benjamin, even running any of his routes. They finally put Zay Jones in the slot for a lot of his routes. He was open majority of the time, Allen just wasn't there. That's not the way the play design went. Ivory and McCoy, we said, just pounded the rock today. They tried to control the ball. You gave Allen nice, safe, easy throws to make.
Right.
Now, of the throws that were incomplete, he had 9 passes that were incomplete. You throw out the flea flicker, so he has 8 passes that are incomplete.
Yep.
You know, the ball that gets tipped in the air, he hit him in the hands with it.
Yeah.
And,
Sure did.
and the defenders made a great play.
It was
So
timed
now-
perfectly. That's not on Holmes. That's not on Allen. That was just a great
That's
play.
17 now
Yeah.
passes. So you know what I mean? Like, of the 7 passes he missed, he threw 1 in the ground when the screen was snuffed out for
Yep.
McCoy. And just like a lot of those things that were going on, he didn't put the ball in harm's way very much today.
No.
They were bootlegging to try to help the offensive line, which were plays that we haven't seen yet.
No.
What does that mean? That means that you're giving defensive coordinators of the teams you have to play more things to go over during practice.
One thing that I didn't see today that I had seen the Bills try a lot was they were trying to run the offense on the reputation of Allen's big arm. And what I mean when I say that is you saw a lot of Robert Foster, you saw a lot of the speed guys in 3 formation sets because they wanted to show off, hey, we might go long here. You better be careful.
Yep.
And we didn't do that today. I didn't see Robert Foster on the field until right near the end of the game. That wasn't the theory that they were going with today.
No.
They clearly decided, listen, let's break the illusion that we're going to be throwing the ball deep, because we aren't. We're not. We take a couple shots, that's fine. But they really didn't try and force feed we're about to go deep like I had seen in the previous games. They got away from that. I was glad to see that.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You're not going to like it.
Okay.
Could Derek Anderson run this offense?
No.
Because I didn't see the utilization of his arm today.
No.
I didn't see, because you got to think, this question has to be asked, and it won't be asked by anybody of any importance. It won't. I know it won't.
We'll just put us on that list. That's fine. Go ahead.
No,
Continue.
I'm not important. I know that. But here's the problem that I have. Listen. Is Dable trying to put Allen into his offense, or is he trying to see what Allen's talents are and build his offense on that? So that's a legitimate question, I would say, because of the games that we've seen, of the offensive plays that he's run, it doesn't seem like he's using Allen's strengths, his big arm. Now, that could be attributed to the line, could be attributed to the wide receivers, but you're not seeing his huge arm. You're not seeing his ability, to be elusive, to run the ball. He's not running the ball. There's not designed run. There was one today. And that's when they were just trying to run the clock down a little bit. It was like a 3rd long or whatever, and they were going to punt it. But the problem is, they're not seeing design runs by Allen.
No.
You're not seeing design deep throws that he can make that are going to be the thing that his right arm is so valuable, and it doesn't seem like it's being utilized.
Yeah. Again,
so that's the thing I'm questioning.
From a schematic standpoint, if you want to utilize his big arm, then you need to get these receivers in situations where their separation is generated by the concept, right?
Yes.
And that's what we saw with the Kroom touchdown.
We saw
Great
a couple
play
trips,
design.
trips formation, a bunch of formations and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. And I'm just not seeing enough of that.
No,
right? Because unfortunately with this receiver group, you have to generate the separation for them because of the handcuff that the receivers have on them, because you can't run read routes. You're not running any of that kind of stuff where the wide receivers are adjusting their routes based off of coverage. They're running the route that's designed.
So is that Dable then?
Yeah, I think so. And if you're putting Derek Anderson inside this offense, I think you go full West Coast, which they flashed a lot in the preseason when they had Peterman, where they were all quick, single hit, quick read, So we've seen that. It's not going to be the same offense if Derek Anderson had to take over. There's no way.
No. I'm just putting the question out there because I don't know if anyone's going to ask that. Where he's either trying to put Allen in his offense, or he's trying to build an offense around Allen's strengths.
Yeah.
And I don't see him trying to build an offense around Allen's strengths. That's the only thing that concerns me about that is the fact that, like you said, you have this big arm quarterback, and he's throwing 5-10 yards down the field.
Yeah, it's. The truth of the matter is, Mario, when you look at it top to bottom, you don't win many football games scoring 13 points.
No.
You don't. And the Bills got away with one today because the defense played great. Both games that Allen has won, the defense has played great. can you depend on that all season? I don't think
You can't
so.
score one touchdown in 10 quarters and expect to be a successful football
Absolutely
team.
right. Yeah,
Unless you're just
absolutely
trying to get a really good pick.
Yep, you're absolutely right. I didn't see enough great things from the offense that I'm excited about next week yet. I saw them try and force feed the ball to Shady, which is something we've been asking. Get the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
We've been asking them to try and get the ball in Ivory's hands, just get the ball to the running backs, and we finally saw it today. What are you laughing about?
It's an old history thing. You're not going to like it.
No, go ahead.
Back when the Bears first drafted Dick Butkus and Gale Sayers in the same draft, the offense was so putrid, but the defense was really good. Like the defense, but they would lose in games because their offense couldn't do anything.
Right.
There was a story where Butkus came off the field. They held him. They did like a 3 and out or whatever. They're running off the field, and Butkus runs by the offense and says, "Try and hold him, will you?" I'm getting that feeling with this team. Try and hold.